let me go quickly and show you the steps that will be required to do the GNS installation. So I think you have installed the GNS. I'm going to show you that how you can go and import the image, and then how you can go and deploy the image.
Okay,
So
I have Charles. I have a question to ask. I installed VMware. I mean, not VMware. I installed GNS directly on my Windows server,
okay,
and I did see. I downloaded everything. I see the OVAs and all that. And you're going to show us now how to import them.
yep.
Okay, perfect.
I'm going to show you that. Yep.
Okay, thank
So
you.
we'll go and start GNS3. Once you start this GNS3, in the back behind the scene, it will go and start the virtual box as well. So we'll see that after a few seconds, the VMware virtual box will come. I'll cancel this. Here you can see that GNS VM is starting, and GNS3 VM. Both of these things should become green. So laptop and the GNS3 VM inside the virtual box here. So once these become green, we'll wait. First time when you do this thing, it may take some time, but next time onwards, it will not take time. Now you can see that both are green. So now I can go and create my project. You can go and give any name and you can create it. I already have one project called G3 GNS3. In that project, I have very few devices. I'm preparing one new course for automation and programming. So that's why I have this particular lab set up. Now I'll show you all the steps, how you can do yours as well.
I think this was the one you shared with us, right? Because I tried to import it, and I think it was able to import, and it was showing into the GNS3.
All right. So the name is G3, the project name.
Yes.
Okay. Then you can do that also. If you are able to import, then it's great. So here you can see that I have one CSR. Suppose if you don't have CSR, then it will not work. I connected one cloud, NAT cloud. So how it is? It's very easy actually. What you can do, simply drag and drop. So you can go and drag drop one of the switch. Whenever you are taking switch, you please use GNS3 VM. Like that, you can go and use it. I'll delete at the moment because already I have here. And then you can go and take one cloud. So here you can see that you have cloud, you have NAT. It is important. This network automation is important. So once you go and add this, first of all, it will be not there. So you have to go click add new template, and then you have to search. So here you can see that I have this automation. You can click install, next, and then
This automation, do we have to import the image, or it's already in the GNS3 already?
it is already in GNS3.
Okay, thank you. I think when I imported this image you sent us, this GNS3, the CSR didn't show up because I haven't imported that part yet.
Yeah, so CSR is not required. Anyways, I'll share you CSR and other images, but CSR is not related to our lab. Our lab relates VH19 to, or if you have 16 more than 16 GB RAM, then you can go and install vManage and vSmart all controllers as well.
All right.
Charles. So I have 32 memory in my laptop. So how much should I allocate for it and install this VMware vManage vSmart?
So if you have 32 GB RAM, then your vManage installation will not work, because it will take 32 GB alone.
Oh
But
wow.
yeah,
Wow.
but for that reason, what I have done, so for that reason, I have given you other images. So let me go back to my, what happened to, one second. Okay, I think at the moment I connected with dCloud, I am not able to access OneDrive. So I'll do one thing. I'll go to the folder where I have OneDrive. So I have shared you the image, old images as well. So once you go to the SD-WAN folder, let me increase the size here. So I can go and check the extra large. Yeah. So once you
Yeah.
go and check this image folder, you can see that inside the image folder, we have SD-WAN image, vEdge, and vManage. Now, if you go inside the SD-WAN old image, again, let me increase this little more. So we have this folder, SD-WAN old image, and inside old image, old folder is there, 16 to 11 is there. This is very old image, like this is pre-acquisition of Viptela. Now, these images can run in 4 GB RAM as well. So there is no problem. You can go and install anytime. So here you can see
I have
that you
already
have,
downloaded them.
yeah,
Okay. You know
it's
what?
very easy.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
You double click, it will
I'm
get installed.
Okay.
okay. I'm a little lost with the GSN because I did install it and I installed Python, but I'm not. You know what? I'm gonna stick to this ESXi server.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll,
You can work with
I'll just set
ESXi
it
also.
up for that. Yeah,
These
I'll
things
just
you
set it
can
up.
install to ESXi as well. Now problem with these images is that they are 16.2 and you will find very less features. Not very less, but say for example 60% features are there in this. So just to learn, understand the bring up process, you can go and use this. These are very initial image where you don't need any license, don't need anything. Simply will you can deploy it. Now here you can see that you have image for vManage.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
License. I have a question to ask you. What I have is 19.2, and you sent me the telefile. You
yeah,
said try this. So to bring up the fabric, I still need license with 19.2.
yep. After 16.2 images, after 16.x image, you need license.
Okay, so my question, all right, I didn't realize that. So my question is this then. That's what I was asking you about. You know what? We'll have this conversation offline. I don't want to take up class. Please go right ahead.
Yep. So you can see here that these you can deploy. There is no problem, and you can work with this. It's very easy. Here you can see that you have the vEdge, you have VA Smart, and you have vManage. You don't have vBond because for vBond we don't have extra image. The vEdge images are working for vBond as well.
Correct.
Okay, so this will work 100%. Actually, I have tested this in my laptop. This is working. There is no problem, and it will bring up very fast.
Okay, good.
So try with this. No problem with this. And I don't know that if I have shared that Viptela file or not. So let me quickly check. I should have one Viptela file, and I will check and I'll share that .viptela file with you. So you can use those serial numbers. That's very easy.
Okay. I have a question
Okay.
actually.
Yeah.
How much does license cost?
Cisco, they are not giving any license for lab purpose. So there is no cost in such. You got my point? So we tried with Cisco to, we told that we want to do POC and uh, we want to have any evolution software or something like that. So they denied. They are telling that they don't have anything related to license. related to lab purpose or home lab purpose. They are selling only the licenses. So what
And
they are doing, that they are selling the license, and then once you install that, once you start using their service, your license period will start. Now in that, what companies are doing, once they have the license for the production, then they are putting their POC devices in that.
oh, that makes perfect sense. So when you buy the license, it's unlimited. It doesn't have nothing to do with the amount of devices you have.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. That's true. So this is the
So
way that people are doing POC plus the migration or deployment. So it is going hand on hand.
So I gotta do the lab over again. I gotta do 16.
Yeah,
Uh,
but for our training purpose, you can build the basic lab with 16.2, and for advanced feature stuffs, we can go and use that over GNS3 or even the dCloud. So you can go and test all the features over these devices, over these either hosted cloud or maybe in GNS3. So the idea behind this is that you have your devices here. I'll go and import one. So you can go here and click. So you have your VeloCloud here. Connection will be very easy. You can go and connect. Say gig is 00. If you want, you can connect management IP as well. Now this setup that you are seeing here is the DHCP server as well. So at the moment I'll bring up this gigi 0/0 interface will get one IP address from the DHCP server, because you need IP address, you need a routable IP address. For this automation tool, now what you have to do, that you should go to edit config and make this auto. So initially it will be like this, and this. What you have to do, that you have to go and remove these symbols here. You have to go and remove this, oops, like this, and save it. Then you go and start it.
okay, Kumar, before I forget,
Mhm.
so if we want to run the latest, the 19.2, what kind of laptop specs, RAM should be appropriate for to run that new image with the new features?
Yeah, for VH, it's very less. It's 1 GB RAM only for VS, Smart, and VBond. RAM requirement is there for vManage. So to run 19.2 vManage, you need 32 GB RAM minimum. That is the minimum.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay. So although I have the image, but if I try to import it, it will get failed because I don't have that much RAM. I have 32 GB, but that is used by other resources as well. So that's the problem. Okay, but you can do like this. You use the older images that we have, that is for 16 to 1, and try to bring up your lab with 16 to 1. It's very easy to use. At the moment you go and click, it will start running. It's like that.
Okay,
So you can
okay,
practice with
understood. Thank you.
okay, and once you are very much
Okay,
comfortable with the older images, then you can go and move to the 19.2 or maybe 20.11. Okay,
okay, okay, thank you.
so we can go and click console, and I can see this automation tool is coming, and then I can go and start my VeloCloud as well, because at the moment I want only these two devices. So now VeloCloud is booting up. Once it will boot up, username, password, I'll give admin, but you can change the password. So it is working at this moment.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Question: can you sell the license? from your company? Can you
Um,
go through your company to buy a license? And if so, can you find out the price?
okay. So I don't have license, but I know people who can sell that. But
Thank you.
what is the purpose? You want for lab purpose or you want for deployment purpose?
No. For lab purpose. 19.2.
Okay, for lab purpose. Mhm. All right, then I'll check
Uh,
with.
I, I
Yes.
think I was watching one YouTube video this morning where there was this guy who was able to generate.
Okay.
Is it configuration? Is it configuration the same? Be a
Yes.
hardware or software?
100% same. Yeah,
Okay.
100%. So we may have hardware, we may have software device. Now the only difference we have is that we know that in hardware we have the TPM chip, or maybe in ISR devices we have TAM modules. TPM is trusted platform module, TAM is trusted anchor module. But in software there is no such provision that you have the trusted chip and all, where you can put the serial number and chassis ID. So how the device will go and authenticate? So for that you need the viptela file, correct? So when we are doing the deployment for the software devices, at that time you should provide all the controller the software serial number and chassis ID information. So what does it mean? It simply means that for hardware devices you don't have to do anything. Everything is automated. But for software, you have to do some minimum configuration. You have to go and activate the license. I will show you that how you can activate the license and how you can do the bring up process. Okay. Now, before moving further and do the deployment for the device, obviously I'll go and do the revision. And before doing the revision, I just wanted to ask that are you able to reach up to this point? So maybe you haven't imported the software. If you want, I can show you that. You can go to next, and here just try to search Edge. You have this, you go install, next, next, and then I have given this image to you. So you have to click here and you have to import from your drive. Once you import, it will become this green. Once it is green, just click next, and that's it. So you'll find one icon here, then you can drag drop and you can connect like this that I have connected in my lab. Now I have taken one external network as well because next what I want to do, that I want to connect with my dCloud. So the devices that I have, devices means the VH device that I have should be reachable to my cloud controller. Otherwise, obviously, it will not bring up. So I have reachability with the vManage, then I have a reachability with vBond, and then I have a reachability with vSmart. I should have the reachability to all the controllers. Now, before doing the deployment, I just
So,
wanted to, yep,
quick question.
yep.
If you're connecting your lab, your vManage, your vBond, your vSmart to dCloud, you
Mhm.
still need license or you don't need license because you're using
Yeah, you
their
don't need
license to bring the
license.
fabric.
Yeah, you don't need license because uh, I have the license for that license package for dCloud and the edge device. I'll show you that. I'm going to show you that. You don't need license for
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to do
I'm
the
outside.
lab,
All right.
you don't need license. If you want to use all the features, you can do it. But the constraint with City Cloud Lab is that once I book it, it will be there for 2 days, 48 hours.
Yeah,
Again, it
you
will go
said
and
that. That's
reset. Yeah, again, it will go and reset. So what I am doing in my case is that suppose whenever I am doing the lab and suppose I used to build something. So suppose I am starting my lab, then I'll take backup and then next time I'll restore the backup. So
Got you.
vManage, I used to take the backup in my local system in my automation tool, and then next time again when I start, I'll push that backup to vManage. So everything will be up and ready. Correct.
Got you.
One thing I'll show you again. I'm doing this with the programming with the script, and there are certain use cases. Suppose, say in my company, I have one requirement that I want to move one cloud to other cloud. So what does it mean? So for example, India region, I want to move to any, say for example, Singapore. So what I need to do, the vManage set for India, what I am going to do is that I will take the backup of India region vManage, and then I will upload that backup, or I will restore that backup to Singapore. So what I have done, I'll quickly show you. This is unofficial thing, but I'm showing you, and I'll stop the recording for a few seconds.
I have to tell you, it doesn't see the database drive. Please shutting down immediately. So when so you have to add the extra drive, hard drive, MB 100 gig, and then when it boots up, it's gonna see it. It's gonna tell you to select it HDC. You're gonna format it. It's gonna format, reboot, and everything will be fine. Everything else bring up the same except for the orchestrator VBON. VBON, you do vEdge, but then when you say VBON, local VBON, and add the IP address, that's when the vEdge turns into VBON, and that's where I stop.
Okay, and the second is the minimum configuration,
Oh yes, the IP addresses and all that.
and then we should have some IP route, a reachability of all the devices to all the devices, and finally we should do the certification thing. So these are the
Yeah,
configuration steps for control plane. For data plane also we should have all these steps. Now what we are going to do now is to deploy the data plane. Now when we are talking about the minimum configuration, so what will be there? I told you that in minimum configuration you should have system-wide configuration, and you should have a VPN configuration. So VPN 0 and VPN 512 will work. Okay. So now we are going to do the same thing to deploy our newly bring up branch over GNS. So think that this is one of the site. We should have the reachability. So I have the reachability. I have tested that reachability. And then next what I will do, that I will go and do the minimum configuration. Okay. So before that, I will go and log into the vManage. Just wanted to show you all the steps. So now if you go and check your vManage, in vManage we have one configuration, show controller, and then valid vEdge devices. So here you can see that these devices are valid, but one of the device where you can see the chassis number and token number, I can go and use this. This is free. This chassis number and serial ID I can go and use. That I'm going to use. Apart from that, what I can do, let me log in for one more session here. And I want to log into one of the device. So for example, one of the data center whose IP is this, admin and admin, because I want to create my own template. So what I want to do, we should go and do the minimum baseline configuration, correct? So I can go here, either I can copy paste and edit, or if you want I can type as well. So system and then the host name, I'll give say GNS3 VM01, it's the host name for my device. Then I am inside the system wide configuration. I can go and give the site ID say 444. I'm using any random number, it's okay. Then we should go and give the system IP. System IP, I'll go and give say 44, 44, 44, 44. Okay. Then what other thing? We should go and give the vBond IP. Now for vBond IP, I'll go and use the same. We have the DNS configuration. I'll show you that how we can do that in a while. We should give the
I have a,
vBond. Yep.
Charles, that's a quick question. The system IP, does that have to be a routable IP address?
It is not routable, so it can be anything.
Okay, thank you. Charles, going back on mute.
Okay, and I have given some public IP, but you can use any private IP. Anyways, it is not routable, so it doesn't matter. You can give any IP. All right. Then the organization name. So I'll go and use this because I'm going to use the license for this. That will be the part of the configuration. So these are the minimum thing we should do, and I can go and do commit here, or you can go and do commit check, and then you can go and do the commit. So now you can see the name has been changed. So we have done the system configuration. Now I should go inside VPN 0 and I should do the VPN wide configuration. Now before doing this VPN configuration, I just wanted to show you that we have the IP over the interface. So over VPN 0, I have this IP address from DHCP server. And then for system IP, I have given this. At the moment, I don't have any IP in management interface. That's okay. So I can go to VPN 0, and inside VPN 0, I should do the configuration, DNS configuration for VPN 0. So here you can see we have very less configuration options. So I can go to DNS and I can go and give the DNS address and the IP address. So I have this configuration already. I'll go and copy paste. So next I can go here to VPN 0 and I just wanted to use this primary and secondary for DNS, and then this configuration is for vBond. So these configurations, primary DNS, secondary DNS, and this is the DNS for the vBond, because I should have reachability to vBond, and inside system-wide configuration I have used this IP. Once I'll go and give this, then I'll go and configure the interface, because IP address is DHCP, so I will not change anything. So DHCP client, it's okay. Now next important thing that we should do is the tunnel interface. And inside that I want to do tunnel interface allow service all. Then you can go and give the encapsulation, IPsec and the color. Now again, I have dedicated slide for TLOC and color. You will learn more. But at this point of time, my address, I want to think that, okay, my address is getting from the ISP. So it is a part of internet circuit. So that's why I'm going to use any public color. So you can go and use either biz internet or blue or bronze, gold. These are the public color. If you have any private color, so you can go and use custom 1, 2, 3, MPLS, private 1, 2, 3, etc. So I'll go and use here say gold, but you can use any color. And let me show you the configuration, what we have done. So we have done this configuration. At VPN 0 level, you can go and give the IP route as well. But in my case, anyways, I have the reachability. So if I know what is the gateway, I can go and give the IP route towards the gateway. So if let me see that what IP 192.168.122.96, and here what IP I have, it's not required, but just I'm okay. So I can go and use IP route .1 and maybe .2. These are the reachable subnets I have, static route. I can do commit and quit. Still I should have the reachability to my controller, so let me check. You see I am able to reach to the vmanage, and that's it. You do this configuration and your device will bring up. There is no problem. Okay, so what we have done again, we have given the minimum configuration you have seen. We have done the system wide configuration, and then we have done the VPN configuration. Inside VPN we have done very less thing, VPN 0, then the interface, then the tunnel interface. Now inside tunnel interface, again we have dedicated slide, but we have given very less thing like allow services, encapsulation, color, that's it, these many things. So now what we'll do, we'll go and activate this device. We have done the configuration, but we haven't activated this device. Now this is the dashboard. Here you can see on your screen. At the moment you can see that we have 4 devices. Let me refresh the page. And these 4 devices, they are DC1 and branch 1. We don't have any GNS. So let's go here and activate this. How you can do the activation? So you can go and do the request for VeloCloud activate, and you can go and give the chassis number and the token number. So this is the unused one, and then I can go and give the token number as well. So token number is this. Okay, enter. Monitor start var log vsyslog. I want to show you everything over the screen. So whatever steps that is happening behind the scene, now it is trying to contact with the vBond. First of all, it will go and contact the vBond. vBond has to validate the serial number and chassis ID. So what is happening behind the scene, that vmanage is pushing serial number and chassis ID to vmanage. So vmanage is pushing to vBond and vsmart both. So if I go and log into the vsmart, so let me go and log into the vsmart. If I have, yep, even in the vsmart also you can go and check show controller valid vh, you have that number. Okay, so if all the devices have the serial number and chassis ID. Now here you can see that they are trying to install the certificate. So initially there was no certificate. Now you can go and check the certificate installed, and here you have the certificate. You can go and check this organization name and all. The certificate installation is happening, and if I go and refresh this, here you can see GNS 444 control is up, this version. Still the data plane is not up. Okay, we'll check that why this data is not up, data plane is not up. But here you can see the control plane is up and running. All right, so give him some time, it will take some 5 minutes. You can go and check show control connection. So here you can see that we have the DTLS connection with vBond and DTLS with vmanage, but we should have the connection with vsmart as well. That's the control plane. So we'll give him some time to form the connectivity. Okay, if you have any question at this point, please ask. So here you can see that how simplified this is, and actually this is simplified and featureific. We have n number of features and it's very simple as well. So both the things are hand in hand. Now what I can do here, that meanwhile it is bringing up the fabric. So let me go back here again. Let me see. If the vSmart will come, it will take some time to come up. Otherwise, I'll go and refresh. So it will connect with vSmart as well. Meanwhile, I'll go here and I'll go and check my scripts as well, because what I want that I want to run a script to check this. So I have my script. Let me show you that. What is this? Demo 11. So I have this script. I need to set the uh, environment variable. I'll do that. Meanwhile, it is bringing up the fabric. So I will come out. We can go to Python, and it's just the GNS3 that I'm doing. Here I can go and check the variables are set or not. So I just want to get the SD-WAN IP. It is not set. The variable is not set. I need to set the variable before running my program, but it's not required that all the program we need to set the variable. Okay, so let me go and write one program just to set the variable. So I can go to my demo 11 one more time, and how you can set the variable. So we have the configuration here. I'll copy these lines. I can go out. I can start, say, dCloud login. I'll create one file here. And while you're setting the variable in this program, you have to set like this. So 198.168.1.10, username and password admin and admin, and that's it. So just for my script purpose, I have this. I'm using like this because I don't want to memorize all this export statement and all. So I'm using this methodology. So next time what I'll do, that I'll go and run this. So the output will come here in the screen, and then I can simply copy paste. Now if I go to the 3, and now if I import the OS, and then if I go and check the IP, you can see the variable has been set, and it is telling me that what is the IP, what's the username and password. So it's good. Now I can run my script. Now before running that, let's go back and check that do I have my control plane up. Still I can't see my vSmart. It should come. Okay. It's not coming. And let me go back here. Let me refresh the page. So here you'll see the control connection number will increase. It should show you 3 or maybe at least 2. One for vSmart and one for vManage. Once the control connection will come up, then we'll go and bring up the data connections as well. Okay, your OMP peer should show 2 because you have 2 vSmart. All right. So let's go and check the configuration if we have missed something. So this will not come, but anyways the certificate got installed. So that means that our configuration is 100% correct. There's no problem in that. And we can go and check show control connection. Still it is not coming up. So what I'll do, I'll go to VPN 0 interface gig E00. I'll shut down the interface, and After shutting down again, you can see what is happening behind the scene. And then I'll go and do the no shutdown, commit and quit, show control connections. So now you can see that it will go and contact with the VBond. VBond will exchange the serial number chassis ID to other devices, and then it will go and form the tunnel. It will take some time, there's no problem on that. But if we have the reachability, then there is no issue. So let's see. Still the control connections are not up. Okay, so maybe sometimes you also have this issue. It should not happen if you are going to connect this cloud with your other images. This image has some issue, but if you have some VM that you are running in your laptop, and then if you want to connect with the dCloud, like I have done, so apart from GNS also you can connect. It's not required that you can connect with GNS only. You can connect with the VM as well, as long as you have reachability with the control devices, control plane devices. You can go and connect any of them. No restriction on that. Okay. So what we'll do, that suppose if it will not come up, then I will go and do the activation, so deactivation and activation one more time. And that's also important. You should understand that how we are doing the activation and the deactivation. Now you can see the number of devices become 4. There are some error, one of the devices showing down. What you can do here, that you can go to the configuration and devices, and for this demo purpose I'll go and use DC1. Let me show you the host name. So we have DC1 VH1, and then you have DC1 VH2. So this DC1 VH2, you can go to more button, and then you have this option called Decommission Manage. Now once you do the decommission, now if you go to the certificates, so you can see that once you have done the decommission for that particular device, then you got new credentials for chassis number and serial token. Now if you go and download this, you are getting one CSV file. Now this CSV file here, you can see this CSV file that you are getting here is this one, this third number. So token has generated. This is the serial number, sorry, this is chassis ID, and this is the serial number. So what I will do, and I'll go back and let me see that. See, state is down. Let's try to, oops, now it is up. Otherwise what I can do, that I can use that activation command one more time with new serial number chassis ID, correct? But you can see that our devices are up now, so I will not do that. I will use it now. At this point of time, if I go to my vmanage, and if I go and check this, everything is showing valid, but we know that one of the device we have done the deactivation. Now here if I go and do the ping to 44 44 44 44, from here if I am not able to ping, it's okay, but I should ping this 44 44 44 from vmanage to run the scripts. 44. So yeah, I have the reachability. Now what I want to do here is that I will check all type of connections. So all type of connections means once you do the bring up, you know that you have your cloud, okay, and then you have your data plane. Say I have my data plane devices. Now for this cloud controller, what are the commands in the CLI? Even we have in the GUI as well, same commands. We should go and check show control connection. And now if you go and type show control and then the question mark, you will get multiple options. Show control connection, show control connection history, show control local properties. They are very good commands related to control connection. Okay, so those things you want to check for your control connectivity. Now we know that in the cloud we have vSmart, and in vEdge these vSmart and these edge devices, they are forming OMP. So we should go and check show OMP peer, show OMP question mark. What options are there? But at least we should go and check the peer. Okay. So these two commands are actually related to your cloud controller and data plane device. Again, if you want to check the IPsec connectivity, so for that you can go and check show IPsec inbound outward connection, and we know that once we have the IPsec, that will be glued with the BFD, bidirectional forward detection. So we should go and check show BFD summaries and all. Okay. So we have good healthy number of commands in the CLI, in the GUI. If you are there in the GUI, now here you can see if I go and first of all let me show you the dashboard. In the dashboard, oops, still it is showing 4 devices up because obviously we have decommissioned one of the device. So we have the GNS3 here now, correct? And here you can see the BFT is down, expected to, but 0 is there. We'll bring up that, but your OMP is 2 and your control is 3. That's good. Now from here you can go to the dashboard. Dashboard is the real time. Once we are inside the dashboard, you can scroll down. You have one real time option here, and then here you can go and check the say for example control connection. So you have the control connection history, control local properties, control summary, control stat, control connection. Do not filter. Here you can see this output. Okay, so you have seen from CLI, you can see from here as well. And let me go and check if I can go and run these commands related to my program as well. So I can go to my automation tool here, and first of all I'll copy my demo11.py abc.py, so I can do the changes and I can open my program because I know that IP addresses are different in this program related to that device, although most of the places. So here you can see if I go to BFT, I want to show you the control connection. So I'll go and use this control connection. Somewhere you will find that I have the controller option. Here it is. So control connection, what IP I have given is this is the REST API 10301, but I will give 44, 44, 44, 44. This is my system IP. Likewise, I'll go and use that. Just one place I'll change, and rest I will leave it. I know that IP is and this is iOS. All right, leave it, and we can go back top here. I can run this abc.py, what plugins I have given here in this program. So I can check the app route, BFT, etc., etc. I just want to check the control, and now the program is running. So it will go and check the control connection. Here you can see the uptime is 5 minutes, the VS Smart, oops, and then the CLI hasn't run, but it's okay. So here you can see this uptime. Then you can go and check the DTLS, it is installed. This is org name, this is the install chain, this is the DNS name, the certificate is valid. So good amount of output we are getting, and then somehow it is not able to connect because the device type that I have given in the program was vEdge, and that is not in the list. So that will be Cisco iOS. So let me quickly go and edit, and then I can show you that full output. So I can go to the control where I have my control connection. Yep, here. And then the device type is Cisco iOS, and that's it. So it is running, and these are from the API, these tables. This is also from API, but I have given the CLI or the Python to CLI interaction as well. The next command is running via CLI, and now you can see the difference as well. It took only 1 second this API to run, only 1 second to run the API, but to run the CLI it is taking time. Again, it is not working, but it's okay. We'll check. I'll check this later on. Okay, so far, if you have anything, please ask. What we have done, that we have done the connectivity. It's very easy. Such drag and drop. These are the inbuilt GNS switch, inbuilt GNS PC. Alright, so let me go to PC1 first, and oops, question mark, even I don't know the command. So these are the commands that is supported. Here you can see that ARP, DHCP, ping and all. I want to put the IP here and I don't know how to do it. So I'll ask IP, and here you can see that it is telling that you can use this format. So IP is say 10.1, I'll give say 10.1.5.10/24, and then the gateway. This gateway address I'm going to put to the vEdge device, vEdge and that interface. So I can go and give this gateway, and I think we are done. Likewise, I'll go to PC2 and I'll give IP 10.6.10.6.10/24, and the gateway is 10.1.6.1. So 10.1.6, and here you have 10.1.5. So 10.1.5 and 10.1.6, and the gateway we are going to configure there. So now I will go back to my vEdge here, and I'll stop this. So we have started this monitor, and you can go and stop this. So now this syslog message will not come. You can go and check show interface description. Now whatever configuration we are doing here, remember this is not the recommended way. We should do the configuration from vManage. That we'll do in the upcoming session. So we should go and create the template at the level of vManage, and that template should be pushed to all the VL devices. Okay. At the moment, what we have done, we haven't attached any template. So this device, although we have the control connection, but it is not configured via via vmanage. So this configuration we are not doing from vmanage to vEdge device. That we can do it. We'll see this. Let's try to build the configuration and then we'll go and attach from the vmanage as well. I'll show you that also. Okay, so what I want here is that I want to go to VPN 10 interface. I should know the interface. So here you can see on top. Actually, there is no interface assigned. I should go and check here. Gigi 0/1 is inside 10. Okay, and then the IP address 10.1.5.1/24, and then the no shutdown, commit and quit. Then I'll go to VPN 20 interface. I'll go and use this interface, and then the IP address I want to use 10.1.6.1/24 and commit and quit. Very easy, like Cisco type CLI configuration. Show interface description. So now you can see that you have 10, you have 20. 10 is up and 20 is not. Maybe 20 I haven't done the no shut. So I should go to VPN 20 interface gigi 0/2 and do the no shutdown, commit and quit. Okay, so now you can see the interfaces are up and up. So I can go to PC1 and I'll try to ping to the gateway. You can see PC1 we have the reachability. I can go to PC2 and I should check the reachability. You can see this is reachable. Okay, now if you try to ping across VRF, it's not possible. You have the destination unreachable. By default it is blocked. You need to create some policy to do this. We'll create this policy later on. But yeah, these guys are reachable, but still we have some issue. And what issue we have? So if I go back to the configuration, uh, if I go here and if I show BFT session, you can see that BFT sessions are down, correct? And if I go to the vSmart controller, and this is very critical step, so I just wanted to draw here first. So what is happening that you have your vmanage, you have your vSmart. vSmart is the actual control plane. So that means that all the edge devices, they have the OMP session with vSmart. They have the OMP session with vSmart. OMP session, again later in the course you will understand and learn that whatever subnet you have. So suppose I have VPN 10 and VPN 20. Those subnets I'm sending to vSmart via OMP. Now vSmart is working as a route reflector. So it's a responsibility of vSmart that once he learn, he will advertise to other devices. Correct? Now if your BFD is down, obviously you don't have data path. So your OMP table will build. Your routing table we can discuss will build with help of OMP, and then your fib table will build with help of routing table. So these things will not happen until unless your destination TLOC is reachable. So before going there, we should go and verify the reachability of these subnets to the other devices. So now if I go to vSmart and if I type show OMP routes, and we are very much specific to 10.1.50 that we have created now coming from these devices, and 10.1.60. C. Okay. So 50 and 60 both are coming, both are C and R. What is C and what is R? May be confirmed, and so here you can see chosen, C for chosen and R for resolve, but they are not I. They are not installed. So here you can see the status. All the routes, they are C and R. They are not installed. So let's go to the other side and check the status. So what I'll do, I'll go to this device, that is the DC1 VH1, and I can go and check show IP route for VPN 10. So do I am getting 10.5. So here you can see that I am not getting 10.5. So these guys, this guy is getting the OMP route. Let me show you this. Show OMP routes for VPN 10. This is actually a very critical piece that we are studying here. So my VSmart is sending the routes. So I am GNS VM, GNS3 VM. I am sending my routes to VSmart via OMP, and VSmart is sending those routes to other devices via OMP. So for example, DC1, VH1. DC1 is receiving as well. So here you can see that DC1 is receiving, but the problem is that this is invalid unresolved. So here you can see that T-lock unresolved and invalid. And because this is T-lock unresolved and T-lock unresolved and invalid, so what is the order? OMP, then routing table, then fib. So at this level it is unresolved. That means it will not go get installed inside the routing table. So if you go and check the routing table, so now if I go here and check the routing table for VPN 10, I can't see 10.5, 10.6 because those are not getting installed, because at the level of OMP they are unresolved, correct? So 10.5 you can see unresolved, invalid, etc. Now if I want to check more about this route, why they are, so I can go and check show OMP route for VPN 10, and the route is this. Let me clean this. So it is telling that okay, coming from this is invalid, unresolved, type is installed, this is the T-lock, uh, but they are invalid, unresolved. Okay. So now why actually they are invalid, unresolved is because your data plane is not up. So now if I go back here and I can show you this, this is down. This should be up and running. Now if you go and check show IPsec inbound connection and show IPsec outbound connection, so here you will see somewhere you will get this, even the font size is little bit bigger, so we are not seeing it. I want to show you this in my automation. If I can show you this, you will get the correct output. So let me show you here. I can go and check the IPsec, and I want to edit as well. So let me do one thing little quick. I should have my editor. I'll edit with my editor. Where is my program? That program should be device 1F something. So let me open my program. Just give me 2 seconds. Let me check where is my code. Yeah, it is showing somewhere. Okay. Anyways, it's not showing there, so I'll open my master file, and from that master file I'll go and run that. So I have my master file called SDWAN.py and all the codes, I think. And if I go and check with devices 1F, this is my program. I should go and open this with the uh, okay, here it is. So okay, this is my master program. I'll copy this and I'll paste it here, and then I want to replace 10.3.0.1 with 44444444. Replace all. How many replacements? Okay, so this 10301. All right, so it got replaced. I'll go here and I'll go back to my automation. I have this ABC. I'll remove that abc.com. So let me remove abc.py, and then I'll create abc.py with oops, this. Control A and Control C, and let's do it. Paste here, save it, come outside, and then I will run this abc.py, and that I want to check the IPsec inbound outbound. I want in proper table. All right, okay, so here you can see that the details about the IPsec connectivity. These are the IP over my devices. This is the system IP. This is the remote TLOC address where it tried to build the connection, and then the algorithm that it is negotiating. So I'm using AES GCM 256. This is for the inbound connection, and then for the authentication use, encryption hash, okay, and then the other stats. If I scroll a little bit down here, you can see the key, the data key values. It is transmitting the packets, but it is not getting any packet, and maybe that's the reason that tunnel is down. I should add one more column here just to tell the status of tunnel. It should tell that status of tunnel is down or up. That it is not telling in this program, so I'll add that. But anyways, if you go and check the last line, so here you can see that I'm sending the packet, but I'm not receiving it, correct? So what we can do here, just to make this correct, first of all, I'll go to the vManage dashboard and I'll detach the template so I can do the configuration from the CLI. So I should go and check this TC, and let me quickly detach the template, detach the devices. It is detaching. Why I have done this step is that I know what's the issue. The issue is related to authentication related to IPsec. So the IPsec tunnel is not forming between this device and one of the device in dCloud. So that device is, for example, DC1 VH1. In that, I want to form the IPsec tunnel. So once that IPsec tunnel will get formed, then I'll show you that DC1 is able to get these IP addresses, is able to learn these IP addresses, correct? So we'll see that. What I'll do, I'll quickly go to DC1 and VH1 and I'll remove the security, IPsec security. So show run security, you can see show run security. So this is the security configuration, and I don't want security IPsec authentication SHA HMAC and H, rather than I want security IPsec authentication none, and I want to commit and quit. Now I have given the security authentication type none, but the idea here is that whatever security parameter I have in DC1, the same security parameter should be there in the GNS VM. So that's the concept. Here if I go and show you show run and then the security, you will find that here the authentication type was different. AH SHA HMAC, and here it was SHA HMAC, AH SHA, like it's in reverse order or something. So just to make this faster, and I don't want this security extra payload, so I have removed that SHA HMAC, and then what I want security IPsec authentication type none. Commit and quit. Once I commit quit, I'll go and check the BFD session. It is not forming the BFD session with 10101. I want that. Otherwise, I have to go to these devices and I have to change the security parameter, correct? So why it is not forming with tunnel with 10101? Because maybe in 10101 their internet link is down. So if I go here and check show interface description, I can see that I have two interfaces. Both are up. Maybe here it is showing up, but behind the scene it is down. Otherwise, I should see the try message with 10101 as well. So gold, my color is gold, other side is internet, that's okay. And in these devices, show run, that is in the DC1 VH1. Here you guys, all right. So we are back and we can see here that show run VPN 0. I just wanted to show you the configuration for VPN 0. MPLS restrict and okay, so biz internet restrict. Again, we'll discuss more about the restrict keyword and all. But if I go to the VPN 0 interface gigi 0/2 and then the tunnel interface, I can do no color biz internet, or maybe no color and then color biz internet without the restrict keyword. And then if I go and check show PFT session, now 10.3 now here you can see that we have this, and if I go back here, I should have the connectivity with 10.1. Although it is showing down, this channel should come back up. So let's see. Show run security. What is the security you have? You have none. And if I go here and check show run security, this is none, so it's okay, should come. So strange that it is showing down. Never mind, I'll try to bring this up, there's no problem. Oops, exit, and I'll do one thing quickly. I'll go to VPN 0 interface, gig is 0, and tunnel interface, no color, and the color I'll change as I have there. Show control connection, because we have changed the color. So again, it will go and attempt with the vBond, and then again the validation process will happen. Once they validate, you will see that they will have the tunnel with the control tunnel with the with the control pin devices. Once it is there, I should go and check. So still it is showing down. That is not good for me. So quickly I'll do one more thing. I'll go back and I can go to the template where I have the CSR devices. I'll detach these as well.
Charles has a question.
Yep.
You can't go on the router and do it like a debug crypto IPsec essay to see the tunnel, the password. That doesn't exist in the vEdge or the vManage.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
So
that'll tell you.
let's run the debug. I'll go back here and let's see that why it is down. Before doing the debug, let me show you command related to inbound connection and so IPsec outbound connection. Now here you can see you're not getting any mismatch. So this is okay, and this is there. These informations are correct. Now if we run the debug, before running the debug, we should go and use debug transport events, and then we can go and debug with the IPsec. So now here you can see that if I go and check the IPsec, you have these many debugs. You're not seeing IPsec. So if you're not seeing IPsec, then you can go and check this, either this FPM or FTM. Okay, so debug FPM and then question mark, and then FTM question mark. So see, inside that again you have so many debugs. So BFD config DPI fib flow interface IPsec. So it is there inside IPsec, and then enter. Now this debug, this will be stored in the log, and then vdebug. Let me check etc folder, and then the log, maybe the 1 second, should have log. Okay, just give me a second. I can go and check the log where it is. So this is inside var and log, so I can go and check the var log and vdebug. So whenever we are enabling the debug, it should come here, and then we can verify it. Why exactly this tunnel is not coming up? Meanwhile, I'll go back and check the device if we have any success. So all the tunnels are down. Interesting thing here is that all tunnels down, because we have done some security changes, so that's maybe the reason that other tunnels are also down. So let me correct that. I'll log into the device and I'll change the security policy. 198.183.104 is one of the branch device. Now remember, it's again very important that we are going to do that. If you are in the CSR or ISR devices, you have to do config transaction to move to SD-WAN mode. By default, this will be in the Cisco XE mode. But if you want to move into the SD-WAN mode, you have to use this command, config transaction. Now, from here, you can go to the security. So I'll go to the security and then IPsec authentication type. I don't know what was the initial, so it was, I think, AH Shah HMAC and Shah HMAC, like this. And then I'll go and give the security IPsec authentication none. Commit and quit. Commit and quit is not there, but commit is there. Alright, now if I go back to the so let me quickly log into one more vManage session. From there I will go and log into one of the device. So SSH-L admin 10.1.0.1 is running fine. I can go and check show BFT session. Still all the tunnels are down. So I'll go and restore the configuration. Whatever changes that we have done, I'll go and do the revert. So what was the command that we have used? So we have used security IPsec authentication. Let's put the authentication. So initially we have H SHA-1 and we have SHA and HMAC. Commit and quit. Likewise, I'll go here to the device, and what is the command? Config transact. So config transact, and then I'll go and put the security IPsec authentication type, and it should match this. So H SHA and SHA HMAC. Commit, and let's see. Show BFT session. See, tunnels are up. Only one tunnel is down, that our GNS, but the rest of the tunnels are up. So I'll go back here, and here you can see there's plenty of messages we have, but let me go and make this security IPsec authentication is H SHA HMAC and SHA HMAC. This is still down. Never mind, I'll check this in the back. This is not related to our configuration or anything, but this may be related to we are using here in this. Sometimes happens, but not always. Okay, so for any question, I'll make this tunnel up. So I'll check this offline, and maybe in the next class I'll make this up. But so far, if you have any question, you please ask. Time, yep, we're good to do. Question number 1 that I'll answer: basic configuration. Now, once you do the basic configuration, then you should bring up the control plane and you should bring up the data plane. Now, to verify the control plane connection, now questions: what commands we can go and run? Yeah, to verify the control connections. Yeah,
Show controller. Oh, please go ahead, Sam.
yeah, show control connection. Yep. So likewise, we have command show control connection, so control connection history, or maybe show control connection local properties. So you have these commands. You can use the question mark and you'll get the answer. The other option is that we can go to the vManage dashboard, and from
Yes,
vManage
and
dashboard
then you go
also,
to real time.
yeah, we can
You
verify.
go to real time, and
Yes.
then you go to the top there and look for control connections. And I think, yeah, okay. When you want the interface details too, you can go to real time, search for interface detail, and you see all the interfaces and the connections.
Okay, great. And point number 2 is for data plane. So for data plane, what are the things you can check? What are the commands?
Oh wow. Um,
It's very easy. Show IPsec inbound connection or outbound connection, and then show BFT session.
Yeah.
okay.
So only 6 commands I have given you. But apart from that, we have done the configuration and we checked, and it's actually very interesting. And we checked that VSmart was getting that. So we built our lab where we have 3 interface. One is the WAN interface going to the cloud, where we got IP from DHCP. So it is getting connected with vSmart, vManage, and vBond. It installed the certificate, and then I created 2 VPNs, a VPN 10 and VPN 20. We have given some IP, say for example 10.1.5.0 and 10.1.6.0. These IPs my vSmart was able to get, and he is sending to other devices as well, but those devices are showing invalid entry. We can discuss more on this in the upcoming session. So up to this point we have done our study. Let me quickly go to the slide that I have. So few of the slides are pending. Bring up the edge device. Now to bring up the edge device, we should go and do the system-wide configuration, then VPN configuration that we have done today, exactly the same. Then what we have to do, that we should go and run the command. So this is the viptela file. This is still the valid link. You can see here, if you type this, you'll get the viptela file. Now already in my vmanage, those informations are there. We have checked that. What command we have run for that? We have run one command, show control valid vh. So you can run this command to vmanage, you can run this command to vsmart, you can validate it. Correct? So we have validated that my controllers, they have that entry. Once you have those entries, you can go and add to the vmanage, no problem. So once you have these entries, this serial number and chassis ID, then you have to use this command that we have used it. So we went on and we have done request VeloCloud activate chassis number and serial ID. Once we have done this, then automatically the certificate got installed and my vEdge has joined the control plane. So then you'll find that you have the counter here in the vManage, and we have seen that yes, GNS3 VM was there in the vManage. So these are steps we have done actually. Okay, so these slides, that's it. We have completed at least 145 slides. The next class, what I will do, that we'll go and continue. First of all, I'll bring up the data plane IPsec, and then we'll go and continue the configuration. I'll show you that how you can create the device template. We have two options. Either we can go and use the CLI template, or we can go and use the GUI template or the feature templates. I'll show you that in the upcoming session.